Bonjour, c'est Claire à Clearly French. Today's video is about learning French frequency adverbs. They're adverbs like always, never, often, nearly always, and so on. And I'll give you a chart to help you remember them. Now, the main thing to remember about frequency adverbs is that they always go after the active verb. I'm saying active because it has implication for the past tense, as I'm going to show you. In the present tense, it's straightforward. Spot your verb in the sentence. So here it's mange. Je mange toujours du pain le matin. I always eat bread in the morning. But you see how in English, the always goes before eat. In French, it's not possible. You've got to say what you're doing and then how often. Je mange toujours. That's the order. Now in the past tense, specifically the perfect tense or passé composé, it looks different, but it works in exactly the same way. When you say je n'ai jamais dit ça, you mean I have never said that. So you see, est is your active verb, it's have. So the never goes after the have. But in English, you tend to say I never said that. You don't say I have never said that. Therefore, remember to put the jamais or the always or whatever after the est, the have, which in English is not actually said. Here's a graph to help you remember. We're going from the always to the never. Toujours, souvent, normalement, habituellement ou généralement, parfois ou quelquefois, rarement, quasiment jamais, and jamais. The only exception to the after the verb rule is your quelquefois. And to an extent, généralement. They don't necessarily go after the verb. You can kind of move them about in a sentence. But just to be sure, if in doubt, place it after the verb. Here are some examples in the present tense to help you remember. So we've put in bold the negative frequency adverbs, jamais and quasiment jamais, which is never and hardly ever. And obviously, if you write French, you'd have to write your ne, which is also in brackets. Now, when we speak, we do away with the ne. We don't put it in. And that's something you need to be aware of. So here you could say, je vais toujours au cinéma. I always go to the cinema. Or, je vais jamais au cinéma. Or, je ne vais jamais au cinéma. I never go to the cinema. Je fais souvent du sport. I often play sport. Je fais parfois du sport. I sometimes play sport. Je parle rarement français avec mes amis. I rarely speak French with my friends. Je mange quasiment jamais de chocolat. I hardly ever eat chocolate, which is a lie. Je reste toujours devant l'ordinateur. I always stay in front of the computer. Here's your examples in the perfect tense. This is a lot simpler because in the perfect tense you will only ever use jamais or quasiment jamais. And the reason is if you start using always, often, it's a habit in the past and you need to use a different past tense, which is the imperfect. So here we're going to focus on the perfect tense. Je ne suis jamais allé au zoo. I've never been to the zoo. Je n'ai jamais fait de sport. I've never played sport. Je n'ai jamais appris l'anglais à l'école. I've never learned English at school. Je n'ai quasiment jamais fait d'heures supplémentaires. I've hardly ever worked overtime. Je ne suis jamais arrivé en retard. I've never arrived late. Remember to claim your free ebook, The 12 Golden Rules of French, at the links in the description. And check out my Parler Français Level 1 and 2 course if you want to speak French the fastest possible way.